I didn't like the movie. I'm going to come right out and say it.
Okay.
I'm starting the video right here.
Yeah.
So here's my thoughts about it, and then you can give me your thoughts about it, but here's my thoughts about it. And I thought the movie had fantastic bones. I thought the script was incredible. I liked the idea of the story that they were telling.
Mm-hmm.
I hated every influence Sam Raimi had on the movie.
It's so funny that you didn't like that because that's what I liked.
I was just like...
Sorry, that's not what I liked. That's a piece of what I liked.
The whole...
When did you become a director?
Well, I have to direct these.
Yeah, sure.
So that is a thing, right? No, it's like...
I'm a director now, so I don't like Sam Raimi. I did a couple episodes of YouTube. No, I'm just messing.
It's a very tell not show movie, which I really didn't like. So much exposition. To me, there was a lot of exposition. Yeah. It's really hard to have Elizabeth Olsen give a bad performance. It's really hard to have Benedict Cumberbatch give a bad performance.
Yeah.
But you can see so clearly the horrible performances. And to me, I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is so clearly like they gave it their all first take. And Sam Raimi was just like, no, I want you to do this. And the direction was crap. And I'm like, that was freaking horrible. Down to like...
Name something you didn't like.
All right. So
that was horrible. Some visual.
The visual, my least favorite visual in the entire movie was the...
Do you need to say spoiler alert before you do it?
Spoiler alert. I mean, you're watching a review and it says spoilers in the title.
Okay, yeah.
So whatever. My least favorite thing was when Doctor Strange has the dead things he has control of, and then he swarms Scarlet Witch with them. And the camera is panning clockwise and the things are traveling counterclockwise. And it's zooming while it's panning, and she's flicking stuff off at him like, get away, stop, blah, blah, blah. It's so clearly fake. That
was a bad shot.
With the Danny Elfman. And I was just like, God, this sucks so much. And
I thought you were just going to say that overall, that visual, because I was like...
The visual was awful, on top of the fact that it was very clearly faked.
No. I'm talking about the whole visual of Doctor Strange bringing a body back to life. And then with the ghouls around.
Oh, also, like, why is the body decomposed 3 weeks when it's been like 4 months or half a year or 6 years when it's been like a day?
Yeah. That was too much. I thought that too. I was like, that's pretty decomposed for a day or two. Yeah.
That's clearly Sam Raimi in the frickin'...
But it doesn't... What do you care? It looked awesome.
It didn't. It took me away from the movie. Okay, so like...
Didn't do it for me.
We know how powerful the Infinity Stones are. All right?
Okay.
I think exposition-wise, in the entirety of the MCU, there's less than 3 minutes of exposition about the Infinity Stones.
Okay.
All right? That's just off the top of my head. The Collector talking.
There's the Collector with the Power Stone in
the Collector
Guardians.
with the Power Stone in Guardians, right? He can destroy the universe with a snap of his fingers if he gets all of them, right?
And then maybe a little bit at the Soul Stone. Where was it?
Vormir.
Vormir, yeah.
So that's the entirety, because it was very show, not tell.
Yeah, it's important in movies to do that.
Okay. And then you can get that any other director would have taken this opportunity to go, I'm going to show the Doctor Strange going down a deep dark hole when he reads the Dark Hold, right? I didn't mean that to jive, but you can tell, right? And then any other director would have been like, I'm going to show that, right? And the corruption of that. Any other director would have been like, I'm going to show mistrust instead of just shoving the Illuminati down your freaking throat.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to show that he really cares for
Christine
instead of just ramming down your throat with the memory sequences and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to show this. I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
And he took every opportunity to tell you, so much so that Trevor, who I was watching the movie with, saw it and he was like, I just feel like there's no stakes in the MCU anymore because of the multiverse. And I was like, no, you can't go to another universe. There'll be an incursion. He was like, I didn't catch that. And a surprising amount of people didn't catch that because it was just like, I'm going to shove exposition down your throat instead of showing you what occurs.
Sure. I agree with a lot of that.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat. I agree with a lot of that. I'm a big dummy when it comes to movies, though. Just going to tell you like it is. I like visuals. I'm there like a happy idiot. You know, like it's just the truth.
She making a red death.
What?
She making a red death.
Oh, she make the red death. I watched the movie and I was like, okay, maybe it's because I know a lot in the first place that I don't get fazed by the stuff I don't know. And every so often I sit there with my wife and I'm like, by the way that, just so she's like in tune with it. But I don't think with what people don't know. So I'm like, yeah, sure. That's going to happen. So maybe that's my bad. I'm not watching. I'm watching it purely as an audience. I'm just like,
I'm
having fun.
But I get wrapped up, and you know this about me from like my DMing. I get wrapped up in lore and in canon and stuff like that, right?
But what about a 2-hour movie, man? How much can you do that sacrifice it? Do you want a whole movie to just be like showing these like things? That's a real question. Like, is it that important?
Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one did it, Volume 1.
Tell me a scene.
You can see the power that Ronan is getting by using the Power Stone and just putting it in his hammer. The most dialogue we get about Thanos is the strongest being, or the most powerful being in the universe. Not anymore, right? Boom. Whereas Sam Raimi is like, see, the thing is, Doctor Strange, that was an incursion that occurred because you were raiding the Darkhold. Now, the Darkhold, you read a little bit, and you started dreamwalking to other dimensions because Thanos, and we wanted to get this other book to do the solution for the thing, but you thought potentially that the Darkhold had the solution, dreamwalking. You created an incursion. An incursion, what's that? An incursion is when you go to another plane of existence, and because you go to the other plane of existence, you're not naturally supposed to be there. So it implodes in on itself and can potentially also affect your original one. And it's just like, dude.
Well, okay, fine. So outside of us, who knows that? Do you think that just the regular person, and that's what they're thinking with the non-nerd needs to hear that because they're not going to put the strings together?
I think that they needed to. I think you could have done that whole scene in 1/10 the amount of time by just showing. It's like my same problem with Eternals. Eternals starts with a freaking rolling credits, like opening scene. And I was just like, yeah, because that worked so well for Star Wars and no other movie since then. What are you doing? Like, stop being lazy. And then anyway, you could have shown you could give this to any other director. I would have preferred Tommy Wiseau.
I don't know what that is.
He directed The Room, the worst movie ever made. Oh, hi, Mark. How's your sex life? That guy?
Nope.
Okay, well, we're doing a Room watching party later. Anyway, you could have given it to any other...
Is that the Brie Larson one?
No, that's Room. I'm talking about The Room.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Because Room was intense.
No, The Room is the best movie ever made because it's the worst movie ever made.
Okay. Is that the one where
James Franco
plays him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the original movie, though. It's amazing.
That's funny.
Anyway... Any other director would have just been like, cool, I'm going to show, this Doctor Strange guy the same way like in Infinity War where the Russo brothers chose to have Doctor Strange go and it's like, oh, clearly he's checking something out. I get that. I can get the natural 90 points from the IQ test by signing my name and understand conceptually that that's what he's doing, right?
Sure.
Because they showed me that that's what he's doing, right? And instead, what we end up getting is this like Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it's like, I never know what's happening in movies, so I need somebody to explain every little detail or I'm going to miss it. And it's like, dude, nobody cares, okay? It's like, stop.
All right.
The Russo brothers would have shown Doctor Strange in an alternate universe messing around with the Darkhold, right? And then, like, John Krasinski would have started talking, Mr. Fantastic. He would have started talking. It would have cut. He would have stopped talking. It would have shown this sequence in 1/10 the amount of time. And then it would have shown Black Bolt saying, I'm sorry. And you would have actually felt something.
Yeah.
Right? Your heartstrings would have been tugged on. Instead, we get this Ash versus Evil Dead, drag me to hell, horror-esque experience where it's just like, dude, enough, okay? Stop it. You should have stopped at Spider-Man 3. Why did you touch my Marvel movies?
Yeah. Can I say what I liked?
Yeah.
Is that all right with you?
I'm going to get so much flack for this. I'm just thinking of the flack.
That's great.
Yeah.
And people it's the beauty about...
Comment down below. Tell me I'm wrong. And then I will find you. I have a particular set of skills.
I think that's the beauty of individuality. You're allowed to have a viewpoint. It's okay if you're right or wrong. It doesn't really matter.
I'm right.
You're right to you.
Yeah.
You know? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So what I liked about the movie, I love the horror parts. I love that it seemed like scary. Scarlet Witch, in Xavier's head, after he goes in her head, just like that cloud and then like neck snap. That was great, man. I loved that it seemed freaky and scary, you know? Doctor Strange reanimating his too much decomposed body and then like the black ghouls around him. Freaking sick. Again, I'm a big dummy. I love my visuals. You know what I mean? It just looked freaking cool.
Those parts.
Let me say another thing. The music fight scene was chef's kiss. Loved it. So silly, but so fun. You didn't like it, did you?
It was a very love-hate thing for me.
Oh, dude, it was great. It was just so stupid. And you're like, what is going on? And then it's almost like a bad joke that you keep going and it gets funnier. You know what I mean? You're like, are they really like slinging notes at each other? You're like, what? And it started to evolve and get better. And then I was like, this is a lot of fun. Don't care when anyone says, hey, you don't like it? I did. It's my show.
To me, you can boil everything wrong with that movie down to Sam Raimi.
That's fine.
I can scientifically prove it to you. Comment down below your problems with the movie, and I'll tell you why Sam Raimi is the cause of those problems. It's not narrative. The movie could have been so incredible.
Yeah.
It really could have been.
Wait, for Big Dummy, can we say visuals were great?
Yes, sorry. The visuals were awesome. Scarlet Witch's power level. Scarlet Witch's power level was incredible.
Yeah.
I love just watching her go to town on the entirety of the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Let's talk about that for a second. The Sanctum Sanctorum, Carmitage, and the Infinity, not the Infinity War. Oh my God, the Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
Let's just talk about that for a second. Just I'm gonna look the camera straight in the eye, and here's my chance. Here's my turn to be like, you're wrong, okay?
Yeah.
No one in the Illuminati can kill Scarlet Witch. She wins every time. If they have like time to plan, sure. 1v1, 1v5, it's game over. You're wrong. Scarlet Witch can go, you don't exist. And you don't exist. Scarlet Witch can go, your nose is now a penis. And your nose is now a penis. Sorry, you lose every single time.
I actually don't have a problem with anything you just said.
I didn't think you would. I knew we were in agreement on that.
This is your chance to fight me on this. No, I agree.
Oh, no. I didn't mean that. I meant the crowd. Not
yeah.
You.
If you think Scarlet Witch with granted, yes.
Scarlet Witch shows up, Illuminati shows up.
You can go on Reddit and just be like, who's the weakest person or Quora or wherever they do that questionnaire where it's like, who's the weakest person that can fight Scarlet Witch and win? And then just be like, a dude with a gun. Yeah. Surprise round, Scarlet Witch, you win.
Sure.
Right?
Almost anyone, a gun, a sniper from a mile away is going to kill the person.
While she's asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reed Richards with a ton of planning. Yeah. Reed Richards with a ton of planning. You know, Dr. Doom with a ton of planning. Any one of the Illuminati with a ton of planning could probably kill her.
Let's be real. Everyone has been beaten at some point.
Yeah.
In the comics, there's no flawless characters, to my knowledge.
The one above all.
Okay, sure.
Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
All right. Yeah.
They haven't been beaten.
Rest in peace.
We're about to end the video, but I do want to say...
Oh, I want to say one more thing.
Well, I'm going to say my thing, and then you can say your thing.
Well, you said you're going to end. That's all. I wasn't
Go ahead. Say one year. Say your
No, you can say your thing. You want to end on your thing?
Mine's non sequitur.
Oh, okay. Another thing I didn't like, and I may get flack for this too, was John Krasinski's performance as Reed Richards. Just said it.
Again, you can blame that on the director.
That's fine. So it could be directorial choice.
He was way too compassionate.
That was my exact thing. He was so compassionate, and Reed Richards.
Black Bolt can kill you with a word. Just show me. Just show me.
Reed Richards wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Reed Richards all of his communication is succinct, to the point, and curt. You know what I mean? He's just like, here are the facts.
Also, these are the smartest men in the universe. And they're just like, cool, we're all going to stand in front of this Omega level threat.
I don't think that that's what this Illuminati is.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? Because let's not be rude to these characters. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like, oh, these characters suck. Sure, Captain Marvel's awesome, but she's not one of the smartest people in the universe. It's just not a thing.
She's not in the Illuminati.
But she is in the movie.
But she's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Canonically.
Canonically,
Comment
she's
below
not.
because I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. I'm pretty sure there's no point in which she's in the Illuminati.
No, I can tell the Illuminati off the top of my head. I believe.
Well, let me see if I can do it because you know Marvel better than I do. Let me see if I can do it. Professor X.
Yep.
Reed Richards.
Yep.
Tony Stark.
Yep.
Charles Xavier.
Yep.
Bruce Banner.
No.
Pre-World War Hulk, I'm pretty sure he's in the Illuminati.
Not the first iteration.
Okay, I'm just saying like the most current one.
Well, why don't you name it? And we'll see if I'm right or wrong.
I lost track. Okay. Reed Richards, Professor X,
Tony Stark,
Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange. There's 5. I'm missing one. Reed Richards, Bruce Banner.
Do you want a hint?
Nope. Go ahead. Oh yeah, and Black Bolt. What are you doing?
This is a fish. Namor the Submariner.
Oh. So I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah. And then the King of Wakanda.
Black Panther?
Who originally is like, nope, I'm out. And then he's like, wait, maybe I need to do this.
Okay.
You were right on almost all of it. Well, you didn't know too. And Bruce Banner,
I'm pretty sure he's in the Illuminati at some point.
I'm so sure he's not. But
because I'm pretty sure he helps them send him to Planet Hulk.
No, they made a decision without him. No, they're like, hey, can't have him in here anymore. This is after. Gosh, what is it after? I actually don't remember what happened. Something happens, and they're like, hey, we can't have him here anymore. So they launch him into space.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have time for today, folks. But I do want to leave you with this little nugget of wisdom. They say for when you die of cancer, they say after years of battling cancer, and then you die, basically.
Yeah.
That's what they say in all the newspapers. I was thinking about that. That's awful. Don't say that, okay? Because then you're not only dead, but you're a loser. Okay?
She's so terrible.
That's not cool. I'm terrible. These guys are like, na, you couldn't beat it.
Yeah, it's cancer.
Yeah. Don't say I'm dead and a loser. Not cool.
Okay.
Okay? After years of battling cancer, he lost.
Okay.
Cancer 1, Parker 0.
It's okay.
That's not cool.
You want to clarify for people that you don't actually have cancer?
I don't think. But, okay, listen to me. Because they don't do it in the opposite way. If you go into remission, it's just like cancer's just waiting out. It's just testing. They don't say, oh, Parker 1, cancer 0. They don't say after years of battling cancer,
how about
you
people who
beat it?
Who beat it a couple times and then had something else? They get a good one. They won 3 times and then came back.
But they say goes into remission as if it's just like Batman after you got one good shot in and then he like goes up into the rafters and he's like, all right, I'm plotting my next move. They don't say like you beat it and it's coming back for a rematch. That's what they should say, right? Like rematch, cancer postponed, rematch to be scheduled as opposed to in remission. Okay? That's a short.
Okay. Okay. Oh man.
All right.
If people send me hate mail because of that, I'm just sending it to you. I'm forwarding it to you.
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna throw it in the fireplace.
Yeah.